If you want to go now, let's go.
Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Chair across your face. Don't disrespect.
No, you can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who do you
disrespect.
think you are?
Daniel, don't disrespect me. Can't put this chair across your face.
No, fellas. Hey,
No, don't disrespect me on my life.
No, man.
Big baby. Every baby has a daddy, and I'm gonna beat you like I'm your daddy.
Anthony Joshua will collide with Daniel Dubois for the IBF World Heavyweight title in the main event of a Riyadh season card at Wembley Stadium. Earlier this year, Alexander Usyk defeated Tyson Fury on points to become the undisputed heavyweight world champion, holding the WBC, WBA, WBO, and IBF titles. Usyk first won the IBF belt when he beat Anthony Joshua, but he was facing pressure to fight his mandatory challenger, Filip Hrgović. At the start of this month, Daniel Dubois stopped Hrgović to win the IBF interim belt, putting himself in the spotlight. Usyk had asked the IBF to let him keep his belt for a planned rematch with Fury in December. However, the Ukrainian champion has since taken to social media to tell his followers he will be vacating the belt.
Hi everybody people, Anthony and Daniel, listen. I know IBF title important to you. Tell it my present to you on September 21. Guys, слава Богу за все, слава Україні.
Now, Dubois and Joshua are expected to fight for the belt on 21st September. Daniel Dubois has won his last two fights, stopping Jarrell Miller in December and Filip Hrgović earlier this month. After undisputed champion Alexander Usyk vacated the belt on Tuesday, Dubois was elevated to world champion status. During their press conference, Dubois shared his thoughts about a potential fight against Anthony Joshua, stating, "Yeah, it feels different. I would have loved to win the IBF belt on the night of my last fight, but here we are. I'm blessed. We keep going. I'm learning more about myself, a fighter, a person, coming through the darkness, going into the light, and going into the future. I'm really up for this. I'm ready to go." Dubois further explained that AJ has been the king for a long time and confidently said that he'll be the Kingslayer now.
You know, AJ's been the king for a long time, and you know, we all know he's been the king for a very long time. And on the night, I need to become a king slayer, and that's my goal, and that's the mission at hand. So I'm just ready to go.
Anthony Joshua, on the other end, congratulated Dubois for winning his last fight. He said that Dubois was in his mind for a long time, and finally, he got the opportunity to fight against him. He said that he's focused on the fight and he's in his peak form. Joshua claimed that he doesn't take any sort of drugs, and he uses boxing to keep himself on track. Next man up, congratulations to Daniel for winning his last fight. But we're here now. I went out to watch his last fight. It was a good fight between the two of them, and I picked Dubois to win as well. He came through, we're here, and Dubois has been on my mind for a while, and he will be for the next 12 weeks. Joshua continued, Dubois' name isn't like the way they mention Fury or Wilder, but I'm not silly either. I know the game, we're in the wild, we're a pack of lions, I can't just focus on them two, I've got to keep my eyes peeled. Whoever it was, I'd be ready to fight, but obviously it's Daniel now. I feel fresh, but I don't drink, I don't smoke. That's my only advice. Thank God I don't get into antics outside of boxing. I use boxing to keep me on the straight and narrow. It doesn't matter the ages we're in peak condition. Age is just a number. Joshua's name had been mentioned alongside Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, who both lost to Zhilei Zhang and Usyk respectively this year. If Wilder had won against Zhang, he might have been in Dubois' position. However, Joshua made it clear that he is not underestimating his opponent. He said, Dubois isn't like the way they mention Fury or Wilder, but I'm not silly either. I know the game, we're all in the wild, we're a pack of lions. We're hunters, so I've got to keep my eyes peeled. I can't just focus on those two and not worry about anyone else. I've always kept my eyes peeled on Daniel and the rest of the heavyweights as well. Age 34, Joshua is a veteran compared to Dubois' tender age of 26, yet insisted he feels fresh at this stage of his career.
I feel fresh. I feel fresh. There's my shoulders clicking. Nah, I feel good. I feel good. Like, I don't drink, don't smoke. Have a little turn up now and again, but still don't drink, don't smoke. And that's about it. That's my only vice, just socializing. So I feel good. Thank God I didn't get caught up in no antics outside of boxing. I use boxing as a path to keep me on the straight and narrow. I didn't use it as a path to kind of take me off it. So yeah, young fighters coming up, look after your bodies, look after your minds. It will pay dividends in the long run. So for this fight here with Daniel, it don't matter if I was 35 and he was 15, 20, 25. It don't matter. It's just a fight and I'm in peak condition. I feel good, I feel strong. So yeah, age is just a number in this one.
Dubois is confident to win this fight, and eyes on preparing hard to beat Anthony Joshua. He stated, I'm ready to let my fists do the talking. I'm 100% ready to go to camp, focused, and to train like a beast. However, if Anthony Joshua wins, his promoter, Eddie Hearn, wants Joshua to fight the winner of Usyk versus Fury 2 for the undisputed heavyweight title. Hearn stated, "The answer from AJ, of course, will be focus on September 21st. But as a team, we have a plan and a vision. We have always believed he will be undisputed champion. As it happens, the re-rise of Anthony Joshua has given us more confidence than ever, and we don't see anybody in the division beating him. Not just Daniel Dubois, anybody. We've had a dream. We have been manifesting the undisputed championship. It's not a question of if or maybe, and there is no contract to fight the winner of Usyk versus Fury. It's just going to happen. He's going to win this fight, and then he is going to beat the winner of Fury Usyk." During the press conference, Frank Warren expressed that he has as much confidence in Daniel Dubois as Eddie Hearn has in Anthony Joshua. Warren acknowledged that the phrase "styles make fights" is often seen as a cliche, but he believes that everything changes once the bell rings. He is certain that Dubois will successfully defend his title against Joshua on fight night.
Eddie's very confident of Anthony, and I'm very confident of Daniel. We'll find out on the night. You know, styles make fights, all those cliches, everything. But you know what? Once that bell goes, they're going to get down on it, and it will be exciting. There's no doubt about it. They ain't going to be fiddling around trying to feel each other out. This is going to be warfare in the ring. That's what it will be. This is going to be a great fight, and this man here is going to be successful in defending his title. That is how I see the fight, and nobody's going to change my opinion on that. That's how I see it, and I believe he'll do it.
However, the fight is still one of the most anticipated, as fans are eager to watch the British heavyweights collide on September 21st. His Excellency Turki Alalshik, chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, GEA, has announced that all general admission tickets for the Riyadh season card at Wembley Stadium on Saturday, 21st September, headlined by the IBF World Heavyweight Championship fight between Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua, have now been sold. A limited number of platinum and hospitality tickets remain available for the all-British showdown, as Dubois looks to defend his IBF title for the first time against two-time former world heavyweight champion Joshua. He wrote on X, "The general admission tickets for the legendary fight between Joshua and Dubois in Riyadh season card are sold out, with only a limited number of platinum and hospitality tickets remaining." On April 23, 2022, Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte set the British boxing record for the largest attendance at Wembley, with 94,000 witnessing the Gypsy King, stopping Whyte in round 6. It now appears Turki Alalshik wants to break the UK boxing record attendance of 94,000 at Wembley Stadium for Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte by submitting a request to extend the capacity. His Excellency said via his X account, "Due to high tickets demand, we've requested to extend the capacity at Wembley Stadium for the highly anticipated bout between Joshua and Dubois at Riyadh season card Wembley edition. We hope to set a record for the largest attendance in boxing history at Wembley Stadium." Joshua will face Dubois for the IBF heavyweight title on September 24 live on DAZN, with the winner looking to challenge the winner of the rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. But Joshua already has his eyes set on the winner of Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk rematch. British rivals Joshua and Fury have circled each other for much of their careers, but while they've both held heavyweight world titles, they still have not fought each other. But there is a duty to make that fight before it's too late. Joshua against Tyson Fury in early 2025 is the fight that we have a responsibility to deliver, and we don't walk away from our responsibilities, Barry Hearn told Sky Sports, whose company Matchroom has promoted Joshua since he turned pro. Joshua versus Fury could still be made, even if Oleksandr Usyk were to win his rematch with Fury in December. "Yes, I think it's all of our duty, those involved," Hearn said. "We have to keep delivering the very best product. We need to do that fight. I think personally that Usyk beats Fury in the rematch. It's easier to make if Fury beats Usyk, because then if Joshua has beaten Daniel Dubois, then you've got the unification fight because Joshua will hold the IBF belt. On the other hand, Daniel Dubois has another opportunity to make a significant impact on the heavyweight division when he faces Anthony Joshua. Dubois has recently stated that he aims for a stoppage victory against Joshua. When speaking to Sky Sports, he said,
Yeah, win by any means necessary, but a stoppage is definitely what I'm after. A good stoppage and a statement victory. That's what I'm all about.
Dubois is fully focused on Joshua and shared his expectations for their upcoming fight. He mentioned that he isn't the favorite in this matchup, but a victory over the people's favorite, Joshua, would solidify him as a legitimate champion. I'm not the favorite here, so I need to prove myself. A win over Joshua will make me a legitimate champion. I want this fight badly. It's everything to me. This is a huge opportunity. The main thing is to win at all costs, but I'm aiming for a stoppage. I'm looking for a good stoppage and a big victory. That's the most important thing for me. I'm very confident and I'm ready to do my job. I just want to step into the ring, Dubois said. In another interview, Dubois shed light on how he perceives himself as he's about to fight the people's favorite, Anthony Joshua. He explained that he's unstoppable and further expressed brutality as he said, "I refuse to lose."
Coming out of darkness into the light and bringing that force with me. I can't be stopped. I refuse to lose. So complete the story and keep doing what I'm doing and keep growing as a fighter and as a man in and out of the ring. So yeah, I'm ready to go.
With both men demonstrating impressive punching power in their previous fights, many anticipate a thrilling contest that is unlikely to go the full 12 rounds. British heavyweight Johnny Fisher is backing Anthony Joshua to win against Daniel Dubois next month, but he has warned Joshua to be careful. Although Joshua is the more experienced fighter and the favorite for the fight at Wembley Stadium, Fisher, who has sparred with Dubois, praised Dubois' powerful punches. "I am definitely favoring Anthony Joshua, but not by the margin that people expect. I reckon it is like a 55-60 to a 40-45 split in favor of Anthony Joshua," Fisher told Seconds Out. "Dubois can seriously whack. I have sparred him loads. His right hands can shake to your absolute core. I remember when I got hit by one. It was like an electric shock going through my body." He further said, "The jab of Dubois as well, it's like a right hand. Although I can't speak about sparring Anthony Joshua, I know that Dubois ain't no joke, and coming off of great wins over Jarrell Miller and Filip Hrgovic, who had been the bogeyman for the last 2-3 years to deal with him, is impressive." Heavyweight contender Jerry Forrest thinks that Joshua can beat anybody. He said that Joshua is always ready to learn something new, and he's a humble guy who is trying to get better even though he has all the titles. Jerry believes that if Joshua keeps getting better like this, he will be victorious.
I got my money on Joshua versus anybody. Besides myself, I believe Joshua can beat anybody. Listen, he's the truth. He wants to get better. He's very receptive. He listens. He's a good guy. Even when I come into the gym, I'm not a world champion. He had all the titles. He's listening to me in the sense of, let's take the advice, So he's a humble guy that actually wants to get better in the sport. So if he keeps progressing, man, this guy may be around until he's 40 years old.
Duke McKenzie is backing Daniel Dubois to cause a huge upset when he faces Anthony Joshua next month. McKenzie, a fighter who won world titles in 3 weight classes, likes what he's seen from Dubois, and he's picking the champion to retain his title. "I don't know if he's the people's favorite, and I don't know if he's the bookie's favorite, and I don't gamble, but if I did right now, and I had to pick one person to win this particular fight, I'm slightly leaning towards Dubois," said McKenzie when speaking to TalkSport. He further added, "When you look at the last several fights that they've had, AJ's had the softer ride in. Dubois has the more natural athleticism about him. He's more loose than AJ. He would have done his research on AJ and know how to beat him." British heavyweight champion Fabio Wardley has made his prediction for Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois next month. Speaking to Seconds Out, Wardley, who sparred Joshua ahead of his 2020 fight with Kubrat Pulev and Dubois back in 2017 when he was still on the domestic scene, backed the more experienced man by knockout. He stated, "I think AJ wins and I think AJ will stop him. When? Who knows? But I think he's big, he's strong, not to say Daniel isn't at all, but I just think AJ's slightly sharper, been in the game a little bit longer, bit more used to the big stage. Again, not to take away anything from Daniel, he's had some massive fights himself, but just that level of comfort being sat in that kind of moment, I think AJ will rise to that. Even if every pro thinks that Joshua is more experienced, trainer Shane McGuigan believes that Daniel has the ability to knock out any heavyweight in the world right now. He thinks that Daniel has the speed and balance that could lead him to victory.
Daniel has always had that ability. When I was working with him, unbelievable ability, like great balance, great punch power, can throw any shot in the book. Most heavyweights can't really do that. They're stuck on like the jab and the right hand. He could throw uppercuts, hooks, he could throw them with speed. He lacked a little bit of intensity, lacked a lot of belief. But I feel like the last couple of fights have really brought that out of him, that confidence. He's still a young heavyweight, and he's got the ability to knock any heavyweight out on the planet.
A sparring partner of both Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois has made his prediction ahead of their clash at Wembley Stadium next month. Matty Harris has made his very well-educated call on who will come out on top as the two heavyweights clash for the IBF heavyweight title. The rising contender has shared the ring with both men in sparring, and thus his prediction holds a lot of weight. The reigning champion Dubois has bounced back from his loss to Alexander Usyk last August impressively, defeating Jarrell Miller and Filip Hrgovic. However, Harris is not convinced about Dynamite's ability to get the job done on the 21st of September. I'm gonna just call it and say, I think Joshua knocks him out. I don't think Dubois has got a good enough defense. He's pretty straightforward. I've made up my mind. I think Joshua knocks him out within 8 rounds. Carl Frampton said that it will be a brutal fight, as he thinks someone will get knocked out. He explained that AJ is the favorite one and more favorable, but also said that he won't be surprised if Dubois eventually comes out on top.
Coming through the adversity that he came through in his last 2 fights probably gives him more of a chance. I think that certainly AJ's the favourite. They're heavyweights, and Dubois is brave. And what I can guarantee is someone gets knocked out. And I think someone probably gets knocked out in the first 6 rounds, if I'm being honest. You have to favour AJ, but wouldn't surprise me if Dubois does it. Just they're big men, big athletic men, and anything can happen.
Anticipation rises as the fight date gets close. This clash is more than just a title fight. It's a defining chapter in Joshua's storied career. Winning at Wembley, in front of a home crowd, would be a triumphant return for the sport, reigniting his legacy and setting up potential future mega fights that could cement his position as one of the greatest heavyweights of his generation. So what do you think about this fight? Will Dubois be able to defend his titles against Joshua, or Joshua will reignite his legacy along with his home crowd? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.